Hello, I'm Gene Salborn, Executive Director of the National Watershed Coalition. Today I'm with Levi Cyphers, engineer for the West Virginia Conservation Agency. Levi, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. So Levi, tell us a little about what you do for the agency and the programs you work on.
Sure. The Conservation Agency is responsible or has part responsibility for 170 high hazard dams in West Virginia. So operation and maintenance of those, that means we've got monthly inspection for most of those 170 dams, regular maintenance, mowing, woody growth management, debris removal, those type of typical items covered under the maintenance program, typically on a yearly basis. Outside of that, we get into the state repair program, which I spend most of my time on, which is our seeps and slips and a little bit of concrete work through identifying deficiency, investigating that, working on design, moving into construction, and then project closeout.
Okay. So what does your 2025 work plan look like?
2025 has a mixed slate of projects with some of those typical projects I mentioned, but we do have one a little bit atypical for us, and that's going to be a much larger repair project, really into a rehab style, a federal rehab style project. And this all stemmed from a seep discovered during one of our normal inspections, which moved us into investigating the seep, finding a pretty significant issue we thought with the dam, then now moving into design and looking at construction beginning at the end of 2025.
Okay. So I understand this will be all state funded. How does the funding work?
Yeah, so funding for us, the state repair program, we're allotted $3 million through our annual budget. We carve out about $1 million of that for our normal O&M activities for the mowing, debris cleanups, those items that I mentioned. But that leaves about $2 million to work on these special projects, whether investigation or design or construction.
Okay. So what participation do you have with the NRCS rehab program or NRCS programs?
Yeah. Aside from the state program, we are involved in the federal NRCS rehabilitation program. We have 2 dams going into construction this year. We've got bids coming back actually next month for. The state is the contract holder for both the herbicide contract and the construction contract, and I'll be the COTR on those projects.
Okay. How about any EWP in West Virginia?
Yes, we do have EWP. We're actually in the middle of an event right now that we're receiving bids on either today or this week for blockage and debris removal in stream. So pretty common for us in some capacity as the agency to be working on the EWP project.
Okay. So I understand you have a couple projects that you're going to show us today, at least past projects that are completed.
Right, so I wanted to show kind of a typical project or two of what our state repair program looks like. This is a project completed in 2021. We had a little bit of issues with the riser, went in, investigated, and designed a repair for the deficiencies in the riser, as well as updated a few of those items that ensured us some longevity to continue to operate this flood control dam in Mercer County, West Virginia.
All right. Well, we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Levi Cyphers with the West Virginia Conservation Agency, and we're here at the Brush Creek No. 4 Dam in the Southern Conservation District in West Virginia. I wanted to talk today about riser repairs completed at this dam in 2021. This dam is a single-purpose flood control structure built by NRCS in the early 1960s. Following a monthly inspection completed by local technician for the West Virginia Conservation Agency, it was discovered that the normal pool had dropped at this reservoir, which led us to think we had an issue at the riser. We confirmed this with a video inspection completed with the assistance of the Natural Resources Conservation Service that revealed multiple leaks at construction joints within the riser. We took this information to the local conservation district, who showed interest in investigating and ultimately completing repair at this riser. The Conservation District engaged their local work crew to begin drawdown of this reservoir, which proved to be a little bit more difficult than we first anticipated when it became apparent that we had an inoperable drain gate. The drawdown was completed using pumps, so inspection could be completed at the riser both above normal pool and below normal pool. Further inspection of the riser reveals significant damage to multiple concrete joints and tensile reinforcement at the joints below normal pool. The engineering firm continued on to design, assisted in review by NRCS West Virginia, to ensure that the proposed design was up to NRCS standards. In 2021, construction was completed at the riser by a local contractor to include removal of the damaged concrete, installation of the new tensile reinforcement, new concrete at the joints, and then a updated rubbed finish to the entire exterior of the riser. In addition, we added to the design of this riser was to include an updated drain gate with what we discovered during drawdown at this riser. We tasked the engineering firm completing design on this project to provide to us a updated drain gate that would ensure operation for many more years to come. That drain gate consisted of all stainless steel components, the stem guides, the gate itself, and then an updated seal. Technical and financial assistance was provided by the West Virginia Conservation Agency, but the design and construction contracts were held by the local conservation district. So this project was a good example of a team effort between the West Virginia Conservation Agency, Southern Conservation District, and NRCS West Virginia to implement a repair to ensure the longevity of a structure like this that's beyond its evaluated life, but continues to provide flood protection to residents downstream for many years to come.